Hey, Brian, what's best about podcasting?
To crush your competition, to see their numbers plummet, and to hear the lamentation of their audience. Hey everyone, Brian from 3 Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey, Mark,
Yes, Tito.
what do you call a wizard who likes to use ice magic?
I have no idea. What?
A blizzard.
Huh.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Hello and welcome to another barbaric episode of 3 Geeky Dads. The show now brought to you by Tom Hanks. Thank you notes for any and all occasions. Use Tom Hanks thank you notes. Hanks for the memories. That's right, folks.
That's new.
That's right, folks. We're bringing that back. Thank you. Get your shine box.
It's been a long time.
For inspiring that little comeback with these awful puns.
I had a bad experience.
You sure did, Brian. And speaking of Brian, and let's give thanks that the dads are all here, including myself, Mark, and joining me as always, the noodles and soup mix to my just add water.
Ramen.
What?
Ramen.
Oh, ramen. I thought you said Robin.
Rockin' ramen.
And Derek's here too. I don't know why he hasn't sounded off.
Sorry, Derek.
Sorry, Derek.
1 week away, and see what happens.
Well, Brian didn't say his real name either. That's Brian over there.
I'm sorry.
And always with us to throw a monkey wrench into all my otherwise genius jokes, the Mickey Dolan to the rest of our monkeys, Tito.
Hello.
Hi, Tito.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Well, nothing?
I want to be like
Okay, so
Peter.
here it
I'd
comes.
rather be
All right.
Peter.
Peter Tork?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I wait now,
right.
Derek.
He's still alive, right? He's the
I
only
don't
one that's
know.
still kicking?
I think he is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's the only one, right?
No.
No, Mickey
No,
Dolan's
Mickey
alive.
Dolan's
Mickey Dolan's
Mickey
still alive?
Dolan's is the only one. Peter
Yeah,
Tork
Peter Tork
died.
died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Davy Jones.
And Davy Jones.
Yeah.
And
And Mike Nesmith.
Mike Nesmith. Was
Mrs.
Peter,
Nesbitt.
Was Mike
I'm
Nesmith the
Mrs.
brown-haired guy?
I don't know.
Or the one that wore the hat?
He was the one that wore the hat. Mike Nesbitt wore
Had the hat.
I should
He had
be-
the goofy hat.
Nesmith always makes me think
hat.
of
Peter was
Sleepy
one that
Hollow.
was kind of blonde and tall.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
and dorky.
He's the good one.
Well, they were all
Yeah.
kind of dorky.
And then
Oh, Davy Jones was
Davey was the
smooth
little
bastard.
British guy.
Yeah, he was nailing everything.
Jockey wannabe.
Mickey Dolan's kind of looks like a goofy version of Jack Nicholson.
What?
Is it the eyes?
Yeah, his eyes are always squinty.
He's got a
and-
large head.
And he's got like a weird looking face too. I'm doing the face.
And then I
Let-
stuffed
let-
my
you guys
face, cause I'm a big eater, not a trace of food on my plate. I'm so stuffed. Ooh, I'm a big eater. I can't eat another bite.
Is that a Weird Al?
No, but it should be.
You just did
Yeah,
it.
did you just make it up?
I did.
Don't
Thank
steal
you.
that.
Really?
Weird Al.
I thought that was wow. That's actually.
I've been singing
impressive.
that one for years.
Well done.
Very
Wow.
impressive.
I was going to make a snide comment, but that's way too
We should,
impressive.
we should just talk about him until he dies, and then you can take over.
Oh,
No,
geez.
don't be
Hold on,
that dark,
don't
Derek.
assassinate
Jeez.
Weird Al. What the hell's the matter with you? Okay, coming off of that, let's get back here.
I
Well,
say we
folks,
kill him.
it's February, a month that is not only a bitch to spell for some reason, but also a month of love. Winter's morn, Super Bowls, and fantasy. Well, for us, it's fantasy movies. That is. Yes, if you were a good writer, you would have written this better. Yes, if you were with us last year, and why wouldn't you be? We're awesome. Then you would know that last February was dubbed by us Fantasy February, where, as you can probably figure out, unless you're a total moron, we devote a month to fantasy films.
Well, what the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
That's starting now. Well, the dads are men of their word, and thus we are launching off year two of Fantasy February with a movie that delivers large men with swords, large women with breasts and swords, slightly smaller men with swords but no breasts, and of course Darth Vader turning into a snake during an orgy. This is, of course, Conan the Barbarian, starring the amalgam of beef, brawn, and I'll be back, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But before we get to the chopper to get our asses to Mars, our own brawny and beefy Brian Rotini Ramsey has whipped up an appetizer to hold us over, so we'll stop eating other people's lunches. Brian.
Hey, Mark.
To you.
Thank you.
Now let's see. Simmer water to gentle boil. Add 3 onions, 3 carrots, and 1 rabbit.
So as Mark mentioned, our month of having Tito pick what we talk about is all done. And so begins another Fantasy February. We're kicking it all off with Robert E. Howard's favorite literary son, Conan, portrayed in the 1982 film by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the role he seemed to be born to play. But the Austrian strongman has had many iconic roles since then, breaking the chains of the sword and sorcery genre. The Governator has successfully broken into comedic and action roles, and he's done many films that combine those two with great success. So before we run headlong into the story of Conan the Barbarian, we want to take a quick look at some of our other favorite Arnold films and characters.
Nice. Derek.
Yo, I'm starting.
You're up.
All right, I went with 1993's Last Action Hero. There's a few that are my backups, but I had a feeling that they'd be picked. This one has always been one of my favorites, though, and it came out right around the time of like True Lies and T2. He was like on his A game, in my opinion, back in the early 90s. And it's about, for those who've never seen it or don't know anything about it, it's the boy from My Girl 2 and Prehysteria getting a magic ticket that sends him into the over-the-top stereotype-laden world of action film character Jack Slater, played by Schwarzenegger. And it's got everything. It's got a cartoon cat. It's got a T-2000 cameo.
MC Scat Cat?
It looks like him. I don't know if it is him. I don't think it's really the MC Scat, but it definitely looks like him. T-2000 cameo, Tywin Lannister, the Monster Squad's Frankenstein monster, isn't it? It's so out there and crazy, but it's a lot of fun, and he does a great job. He's poking a lot of fun at himself, and the action genre in general, which is, it's humbling to see an actor be able to make fun of himself.
You know, I never got into that movie.
You should.
I've seen it a couple of times. I didn't.
You're crazy.
I like
You're
everything
crazy.
else.
Watch it again, Tito, until you like it.
I like
You know what?
Like the background stuff.
Like with
what
Tito,
you're saying
I've
with,
never
like,
seen this movie
Stallone
either.
as Terminator, like stuff like that is really, really fun. But
Yeah, it's very meta. That's why I thought
it is super meta.
But you know what? I've never seen it either, Tito.
You've never seen it?
No.
I've seen
I
it.
remember when it came. Oh, you've seen it.
I was just never a big
Okay.
fan of it.
I remember when this came out and it didn't get good reviews.
No,
It
no,
got kind of got
bombed.
trashed, and I stayed away. I
Which
was a
is
big
sad,
Arnold
'cause
fan back then.
It's great. It's
And
a lot
I
of
never
fun.
saw it. I never saw it afterwards on video when it came out on video.
And it's got crazy actors in it, like F. Murray Abraham's in it. Like I said,
Oh yeah, the
Yo,
guy
F, what
that
the
killed
fuck?
the guy that killed Beethoven. Yeah, I mean, like Tom Noonan.
I don't like that kid.
The guy that. Oh no, I don't like that kid either. He was in Lawnmower Man, and My Girl too. He's not very good.
I'm not a fan of his.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. What's her name? Bridget
Wilson?
No, is it Bridget Wilson? The one that was in. She played Sonya Blade.
Yeah, Bridget Wilson.
Bridget Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
She was in. She plays his daughter at one point in it, and it's just there's a lot of fun.
There's some like ridiculous things, like when he goes into the tar pit and then he just wipes the tar right off his
Oh,
face.
yeah.
in one
Oh,
swipe.
yeah.
No, but it's like
kill the dinosaurs. What
But
are you
it's a
doing?
spoof. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a scary movie for action movies.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
you
That's
gotta
true.
you gotta watch it with like knowing that it's
Yeah.
goofy as hell and that it's poking fun of action movies. So that's my pick.
Cool. Brian?
I'm going with True Lies. 1994's True Lies. I mentioned it before when we brought up, I forget the category we brought up, but I mentioned Tom Arnold being in this movie. And this movie actually made me like Tom Arnold, which is no small feat. So right then and there, you know it's good. Despite the fact that it's done by our favorite man we love to hate,
James Cameron.
James Cameron.
No, friend of the show.
Yeah. It still holds up. It's a great movie. Like I mentioned before, it's a great comic action movie. Everybody's firing on all cylinders. You've got Arnold doing his comedic action best, paired with Jamie Lee Curtis as his wife, who doesn't know that he's a spy until halfway through the movie, and then they kind of become a team to take out the bad guy. Tom Arnold is his partner in the government agency that he's working for, and a young Elijah Dushku plays his daughter, who gets kidnapped by the terrorists. Everybody just is so great in this movie. The action and the laughs are spot on, and it's one of my favorites. I could watch it like every day.
Bill Paxton's funny in that too.
Oh, I almost forgot about
He's
Bill
the
Paxton.
used car salesman.
Exactly.
he's
Yeah, Arnold thinks that his wife is
that's right.
that Jamie Lee is having an affair with him.
He's trying to impress Jamie Lee Curtis, telling him he's a spy.
How could I
Get
forget
some
that
wet.
part? My God,
I don't know.
I don't know either. He's James Cameron's Lucky Charm almost. He's in almost every
Yeah,
movie.
That's true.
Yeah, he's in a shit ton of cameos.
Nice night for a walk, eh?
Yeah, nice night for a walk.
Hey,
Hey.
It's Canadian.
you want me to go? You want?
Yeah, you're next, technically.
Oh, okay.
If we're going
I'll play
in
your
a
game.
round.
Um,
That's right, you will.
I watched this movie recently. I don't know what my favorite Schwarzenegger movie is, but I saw this recently. It's fresh in my mind, and I liked it. And my girl's in it, Commando.
Oh, right. No,
yeah.
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah,
she's
right on
an
Chong,
and
Alyssa
Alyssa
Milano.
Milano.
Yeah,
Right.
Alyssa
Oh,
Milano's
wow.
just a
I'm
little
just
girl.
going to
in
shut
this.
up and let you talk.
No,
Tito.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Too young to be a leading lady. But Radon Chong, Jason Patrick. Is it? No. David Patrick Kelly? Is
Yes.
that the guy? That
Yes.
is a three-namer.
Yep.
Bill
T-Bird.
Duke is in it. Our boy Bill Duke comes back. What's the Australian actor who plays? It's got this weird like
Paul Hogan.
the guy from the Road Warrior.
Mel Gibson.
No, the other.
Oh, I know who
Australian
you're
guy.
talking about.
Yeah,
the,
he was in
the
a Weird
toe cutter
Science.
guy, right?
Toe
No,
cutter?
Not toe cutter.
Not Toe Cutter. Toe Cutter was in the first one. Who cares?
No one.
No one cares.
Oh, you're not talking about the helicopter guy. Are you talking about the from the first,
No, from the second one.
from the second one,
Talking-
from the
yeah,
Road
yeah.
Warrior?
Oh, I thought
Talking about the helicopter
second
guy?
one was called Road Warrior.
Yeah, the
Second
first
one was
wasn't.
second one was Road Warrior. The first one was Mad Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
toe
yeah.
cutter
I'm
was
talking about
in
Road
that.
yeah,
Warrior.
yeah. The
Toe Cutter's-
helicopter guy.
I threw you off with toe cutter.
No, the helicopter guy. No. The
Yeah.
one that comes back in the third one with the kid,
No, my head hurts.
the
Yeah,
pilot.
I think
Yeah, the helicopter pilot.
No,
the
no,
funny
no,
guy.
no,
gyro
no, no.
captain.
The guy that's chasing him, the main guy that's chasing him.
Oh.
in Weird Science. I guess I should look him up.
You're the Tito.
I know.
I don't want to look this guy up. I don't think he's worth it.
Sure are building him up.
He's
man.
Australian.
He's
Well,
Australian.
he's the bad guy. It's funny because they have this weird.
the
I had his
bad
feet
guy.
in
'Cause
so
he's the
long, but
bad
there's this like super weird, like under the layer, like homoerotic thing that's happening between him and Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's like secretly in love with him but wants to kill him. And they have this great back and forth at the end where Arnold's like, "Don't you want to stick me? Why wouldn't you rather stick me? Put the gun down and just stick me." It's so weird.
Just let me bend over and you just stick me.
But it's got this weird thing happening in the movie. But it's fun. It's Alyssa Milano when I was of age for, so it's okay that I'm still in love with her.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, she's older than us, right? Yeah.
Vernon Wells. Thank you very much.
Vernon Wells.
Thanks for nothing, guys.
Vernon.
And who did
Vernon
he play in?
Wells.
Who did he play in Mad Max? Who did
He
he
plays
play in
Wes.
Wes?
Wes. The guy with the mohawk with the
Wes
hand under
Dispenser?
his
Oh,
eyes.
that guy.
the
Not
guy.
the helicopter
The
guy. That guy.
No, the helicopter
The guy with the
guy is,
assless chaps. That's all you had to say.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
The
with
Mohawk
assless
guy.
Chaps.
He had like the
evidence
sting-looking
is
guy
really
on the back
piling
of his
up.
bike.
Yes. The
Yeah.
gyro captain is the guy I think you're thinking of. Bruce Spence.
Bruce Spence.
Bunch of Australian
Yeah.
assholes.
Bruce Spence was the mouth of Sauron. In
But yeah, I watched
the,
that recently, and I was. No, you got one, so I'm not going to say. Go ahead.
What are we talking
Commando. I enjoyed it. I hadn't seen it in a very long time. I was pleasantly surprised at how much I still liked it.
about? Okay.
Is it just a movie about
I'm not
nudity?
rushing you, man.
No naked women.
No, I mean-
there's some
Yeah,
naked
but
women.
it had Ray Don Chong in it.
It has
so,
Ray Don Chong.
That's a plus.
Yeah, Naked Arnold.
I was just asking because it was called Commando. That's all.
No,
Oh.
I didn't see a dong, but there could be. I don't know.
Ray Dong.
I saw Ray. Yeah, there's just a dong, there's a don, but no dong. Ray Don Dong.
Ray Chong Dong.
Ray Chong.
I want to do the Estelle Costanza, you're not Chinese thing. So bad. I'm surprised no one picked Terminator 2 or Predator. Those are probably my top, but I went different because I thought
Everybody
it would
was gonna
overlap,
pick-
but
yeah.
we didn't. So I went with The Last Stand, 2013, directed by Kim Jeep Wong. Not Ray Dong Chong, but cool name. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger with Johnny Knoxville, Peter Stormare, Jamie Alexander, Louis Guzman, and Forrest Whitaker. Arnold plays Ray Owens, a former narcotics officer for the LAPD, who's now settled into a small, peaceful town as the local sheriff. But when an evil drug lord named Gabriel Cortez finds his way into the otherwise idyllic, quiet town while escaping the feds, it's up to Arnold and his Mayberry-style band of officers to take matters into their own hands. I picked this movie because it's really the first movie that marked a comeback for Arnold after his absence from movies due to his time as the governor. Once his political career ended, Arnold returned to movies, but knowing full well how old he was, didn't jump back into playing roles meant for younger actors. In fact, he chose a role where his age and time away from action comes into play with his character. It makes for a great performance. Add to a movie. It's action-packed. It's humorous. It's got an awesome cast. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's
don't think
a lot
I
of
saw
fun.
this
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
One of the other movies that came out around the same time, Mark, is one that's on my runner-up list. Even though I haven't seen it yet, it's high on my list of things like that I have to see, and that is Maggie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want
Yeah.
to see that one.
I was
Yes.
thinking,
I've
I
heard
was
good
thinking
things
of
about
that
it.
one, but I can't go back to that one like I can this one.
I
This
heard
is
that. I
just
heard that
flat
he
out
is
fun.
wonderful in that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I hear good
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
It's good, but again, it's
I still have to see it because I remember it being
pretty powerful.
on one of the streaming services not that long ago, and now it's not, and I have to pay for it to see it, and I will probably pay for it to see it because I really want to.
All right, cool. Well, see this one too, because this one's really good. If you haven't yet, definitely check it out. It's again, it's Arnold making a comeback. I mean, up until this point, he had a cameo in Expendables and had a small part in Expendables 2
And 3.
All the fans were but 3 was after he was back.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know, but this marked his first like big feature film, and it's cool watching him play this kind of character, and it's just definitely check it out.
Oh, he did Escape Plan with Stallone after
Yep.
too. That was all
that's
right.
right.
That was
Yeah, that
okay.
was pretty good.
I never
50
saw
Cent was
that
in
one.
that.
Not like this,
That's all right.
but it was good.
Got a
Yeah.
bunch of
Brian
straight-to-video
Knoxville.
sequels too.
Runners up, I got Terminator 2, Predator, and Kindergarten Cop. If I
Same.
had to have a top 3, those are probably it.
Nice.
Those are the three I would pick.
Well, I'll
True
be
Lies,
Cool.
T2, and Eraser.
All
I liked
right.
Eraser.
Oh, I forgot about
With a gun that
Eraser.
sees through walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
Vanessa
Eraser.
Williams.
Vanessa Williams. Yeah.
So for my runners up, I've got Total Recall or any of the Expendables movies.
Huh.
Oh, nice.
Because the Expendables movies are very meta. Like those guys just like totally goof.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
At that
yeah,
point,
yeah.
they're like totally riffing on their own
Their names are
catchphrases.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
Especially
they're
the
so
second
fun.
one.
They're so fun.
The second one has Arnold doing stuff. He's in it more. The first
Yeah,
one,
it's just a cameo in
he
the
just
first one.
he taught you're like, oh my god, remember when he was in movies? By the second one, he's back, and I think they even joke about him.
We
being
never got the
back.
female one. They were supposed to make a girl version.
Oh really? I didn't
No.
know that.
Well, there's a new one coming out.
Ronda
There's a 4
Rousey.
coming out.
Fuck Ronda Rousey.
She's in 3.
She was in 3, I think.
Yeah, Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey's
Yeah,
in 3.
she-
There's
yeah.
a bunch of
And wasn't
mixed martial
Carla?
artists.
Carla, what's her name? Was
From Cheers.
Rhea Perlman?
I see that.
No, Cara, the one that got fired from Mandalorian.
Oh, Cara Dune.
Oh,
Gina Carano.
okay, yeah, Gina Carano.
That's what it is. Yeah,
Oh, was she in
I
that?
think she
I
was
thought
in
she was
one of
only
them.
in the Fast.
I want to
Fast
say she was
movies.
in the second one. Or she might have even been in the same one as Ronda Rousey.
I don't know.
I don't know. I shouldn't.
Any other runners up?
That's all I had.
Okay.
My runners up or your runners up?
Wow, look at that. We agree on something.
And Brian's runners up also. And
You
I like
agree
it.
with my runners up?
Derek's.
So Tito's in agreement with all of us. He's just an Arnold fan. He
Yeah.
celebrates his
How can you
entire
not be?
catalog.
How can you not be an artist?
It felt right.
That's what he said.
I'm gonna go right into the main course because clearly we're ready.
Are we?
We are
Okay, good.
ready.
Okay.
I feel like just walking over there and taking some food off of somebody's plate.
I'll tell you what. There's $50 in it for you if you do it.
Should I do it, George?
For $50? I'll put my face in this soup and blow.
You know, there's been a lot of talk about superhero fatigue lately. It seems the box office has been dominated by superhero films for over 2 decades now, and while many comic book fans continue to embrace the genre, others have grown weary. When once a movie about Batman or Spider-Man was a novel and fresh idea, now it seems to be just another day in the park, another reboot, another remake, another Uncle Ben dying, another shot of pearls falling on the streets of Crime Alley. I've heard people even say, all the movies are just superhero crap now. That's all we get now. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Choose. But here's the thing. Comic book movies have always been with us, and there will always be an audience that yearns for more. Maybe it's not the respect that's gone or the appreciation, but maybe the magic. In the old days, whoops, people knew how to use a laptop. In the old days, comic book movies were few and far in between, mainly because cinema on a technical level hadn't the tools to shell out hero after hero movie. And in some way, I think that was a good thing. Audiences and fans of the genre were treated to a comic book movie and had time to absorb and appreciate it. Also, because these movies were formed from a genre that wasn't universally embraced, that made it a little extra special. These heroes were brought to life despite the lack of any computer effects. Instead, they were the ultimate magic trick. Writers, directors, and effects artists making us believe the unbelievable and also bringing these characters to life in hopes of gaining a newfound respect and appreciation. For back then, comics were still kid stuff. The product best suited for chapter serials, cartoons, and television. So for fans of the medium to see one of their characters brought to life on the big screen was truly something special. How the hell did they make Superman fly? How can you make live-action Ninja Turtles? How did they convince Max von Sydow to play Ming the Merciless? Well, now we know. We know how it was all done then, and we know how all of it's done now. We know all the tricks and magician secrets. Computers, CGI, green screens. The superhero movie inevitably evolved with the times, as did the tools. And while the movies are still fun, there's something missing. With so much content being fired at us, we become spoiled. We become more demanding with a strange sense of entitlement that everything should be done our way because we now know it can be. I myself am guilty of this selfishness and superhero fatigue. Just listen to my many rants about Moon Knight. Moon Knight. Or Moonright. Moon Knight done right would have been Moonright. However, it wasn't until rewatching tonight's movie that I remembered what drew me to this genre in the first place, the magic. Conan the Barbarian fits right in with this and serves as a prime example for this long-winded introduction. Conan was a comic book movie ahead of its time, breaking the boundaries that held this medium to nothing more as stuff for kids. Conan was the first comic book film that showed no fear of being dark, bloody, and gritty, its violence hard-hitting, its heroes gruff, and its villains gruesome. It was a true testament to the character created by Robert E. Howard back in 1932, sporting amazing scenery and a well-rounded cast of actors playing characters of all shapes, sizes, and species. Also, Conan helped further Arnold Schwarzenegger as the very icon of the ultimate strongman warrior, with his booming accent, menacing glare, and muscles on top of muscles. He was to Conan as Christopher Reeve was to Superman, solid and meant to play this role, and like Reeve, helped define an iconic character and leap off the comic book page and out of its restraints as a mere comic book character to a true cinematic icon.
Well, take a drink after that, buddy.
Ooh.
And that was Mark's dissertation.
So that's my opening. Yeah, anybody else can go.
Here's your diploma.
Who would like to start?
Anybody else? Well, that's time,
Brian?
I think.
I love this movie. I remember seeing the comics from Marvel back in the 70s and when this movie came out, I think I was like a freshman in high school. I'm showing my age. And I had to see it, and I did. Loved it. I remember reading the novelization of the movie, and I loved it. And I watched this movie all the time, like at least once a year. It's one of my faves. It's probably the one that kicked off the sword and sorcery kick in the 80s, and it's reigning king. King Conan, man.
Derek?
I had never seen
that
it.
is a story for another age.
I never saw it before. I never read the comics. I knew of it, and I remember seeing the case, like all the cases, like She and Red Sonja and Dragon Slayer, all those in the video store. But I never saw it, and I liked it. It was weird. It had some strange moments and some odd parts, but overall, I would enjoyed it, and I'd probably watch it again. It's a pretty good flick, and especially for being something that Arnold wasn't huge back then, and so it was a
figuratively speaking.
Yeah, figuratively, right, of course. But I liked it.
Tito.
So part 2 was more in my wheelhouse. That was like the right age for me, and it was always on television, so I saw part 2 a billion times. This is definitely a much better film than the second one. It's super long. It's way longer than I remembered it
I didn't
being.
remember it being more than 2 hours long.
Whenever I see a movie from that time and it's 2 hours long, and I was like, did I miss something? I thought every movie was really short back then. And I would especially think a movie like this, like no studio would want to give it 2 hours and 10 minutes worth of screen time, but it's fun. He's fun. He's a good actor. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is a good actor. You can kind of see that he's in his
trying.
He's in his early stages.
Yeah,
but
he's really trying.
He's definitely going for it. James Earl Jones, I think, is fantastic in this. I'm a big Mako fan. I think he's fantastic. I thought he was, he's one of my favorite characters in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and just a really good actor. And is it Sandal Bergman?
Yeah.
She has something about her. I think I was talking to you about this
when
before
we watched it last
I was
week.
just like, I shouldn't find her attractive, but I do. She's just got something special.
Yeah.
I love actresses like that. Where just like something about her is special. Because I'm really I'm in love with this woman.
She kind of looks like Janie Lane from Warrant, but with boobs.
That's true. Yeah, something about her.
She's my cherry pie.
Yeah, right. I just can't take my eyes off of her. I think she's, for lack of a better term, enchanting. In this film, and it's a fun movie. It takes a little bit for it to get going, but when it gets going, there's some fun shit happening in this film.
Yeah, I didn't really grow up with Conan myself. I just never stumbled my way. I watched it once a while back, and I thought it was pretty good. And when we watched it last week, that probably had been the second time I had seen it, and I dug it. It's still good. It's very long, and I think if you were a Conan fan, you would be more into it. But I think it's a great film. It's really nice to look at. Awesome, just visually, it's cool to look at, if nothing else. I think Arnold's he's great in it. I don't have a problem with any of the acting. I like how violent it was. Again for that time, and again, this is a comic book movie that followed the pages true, didn't try to change anything, stuck to its vision, and I think that's great when comic book movies do that. I think they need to do that more now, and the fact they're doing it way back before the comic book movie was a household kind of thing, I think is really impressive. So I haven't seen the second one. I think I'm going to now because you guys have been talking about it. So
I have it. You can borrow it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's worth a watch. If you saw the first one,
well, you
why
said
not
giant
see the
monster.
second
I'm
one?
like, oh, giant
There's
monster.
a couple of monsters
I'm
in
cool
this
with
and
that.
weird shit happening.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
fucking Wilt the Stilt.
It's got Olivia Dabo in it.
Olivia Dabo. Woo. Woo. That's a good wolf.
Is that a
That's
who
a good
she's
one.
hot or who she smells bad?
No, that's me. I don't know. Fuck.
She could
both.
They could smell
It doesn't
bad
look
in
like
that
Tito
movie.
would care if she smelled bad.
No,
No, I
not
wouldn't.
at all.
I'm all for it.
That's all
Olivia
right.
Dabo.
It's her natural musk.
I got
Yeah.
those little crooked
Close the
teeth
window.
coming
You're
out.
letting all the stank out.
I got a thing for crooked teeth.
You do.
You know what I would like? I would like to see, because you always hear about these movies where there's that initial script and everybody's like, this is amazing. We can't afford this.
Yeah.
I would love to see these movies get made with their initial scripts.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Before they pared it
yeah,
down.
because in Oliver Stone's version, there's like trolls and all kinds of crazy mutants and monsters. And I even think of like Legend, what the original script for Legend was, is more in line with like a Lord of the Rings than it was with what we saw. And I would love it if somebody was like, hey, let's make this script that I had from before. Because we can do it now. I'd love to see that.
Well, and story-wise, this is very different from the comics, right, Brian?
Brian?
Sorry, my microphone had a mind of its own.
Oh, all right.
Like the origin story in this, I heard is
don't know. Honestly,
different.
I don't remember what his origin was in the comics. It could be the same.
Okay.
I remember seeing like a handful of the comics and liking them. My cousin had them, and I really thought that was really cool. He also had like some of the old Dracula comics from Marvel. He's the one that turned me on to the Ghost Rider back in the day. He liked a lot of the horror and fantasy stuff, and I kind of gravitated towards that myself. But yeah, I really don't know, honestly. And I never, even being like a reader of fantasy and sci-fi like I was back in high school, never really read a lot of the original Robert E. Howard stories that this is all based on.
Yeah. I didn't know until recently that they were comics first.
Yeah,
or
stories first.
Yeah.
Little background, Robert E. Howard was born in Texas in 1906. He died in 1936 by suicide. So he was only 30 years old.
Oh, wow.
As a kid, he was a voracious reader, and he was a big kid. He loved boxing, even though he was kind of on the nerdy side growing up in Texas. And eventually he became like an amateur boxer himself. But his passion was writing. So he was known eventually as like the father of sword and sorcery because he came up with Conan. He came up with Kull, who was the father of Conan. He came up
Kull
with
the Conqueror.
Kull the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Was supposedly
Kevin Sorbo?
Kevin
'Cause
Sorbo
they made
did the
that
movie. Yes,
right?
they did.
I never saw it.
Yeah, and what's her name from the Wayne's World movie there?
Tia Carrere.
Tia Carrere.
And Red Sonja, I believe, was his as well. He was also friends with H.P. Lovecraft because they were contemporaries back in the day. They did a lot of correspondence, back and forth. Him growing up in Texas and H.P. Lovecraft growing up here in Providence, they were worlds apart. But they both wrote stories for the magazine Weird Tales, which is how they became friends.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which is where a lot of the original Conan stories were published. Eventually, his works were all compiled into novels. After he died, he became more popular after he died. Like, unfortunately, a lot of artists seem to do. But yeah, it was kind of a tragic story. And I believe there's a movie of his life where Vincent D'Onofrio plays him.
Oh, really?
Yes. Look it up. I'm not sure. I remember it coming out about 20 years ago or so. But Vincent D'Onofrio plays Robert E. Howard. It's kind of like a biopic. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I didn't have time to look up the name of the story. Tito, if you can.
The Whole Wide World.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it came out in 96.
96, even more than 20 years ago. Shit.
It's on Tubi. Everything's on Tubi.
All right. I think I'm going to watch it.
Freevee.
Because I like Vincent D'Onofrio, and I'm curious to see what they do with this story.
Yeah,
basically. It was kind of a tragic tale.
Yeah.
They touch on like maybe he was like mentally unstable throughout his whole life. His mom was sick in the around the time that he died. She went into a coma, and he went on kind of like this death watch. And he realized that his mom wasn't coming out of the coma, and he went out and purchased a gun. And the day that he found out that his mom was never going to wake up from this coma, he went out to the car in front of the hospital, shot himself in the head, and he died 8 hours later.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it's really, really tragic. His dad, when he asked his dad, like when they were doing the death watch for his mom, like, where do you see yourself after mom dies? And he says, wherever you're going to be. So I think because he was mentally unstable, he thought maybe if I end my life, Dad will end his life, and we'll all be together in heaven.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, it's really sad. It's really tragic, but we got Conan out of it.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a writer.
Whoa, this podcast took a turn.
It did. I just wanted to touch a little bit on the history of Robert E.
crazy.
Howard, because it is kind of a tragic and really cool story.
Yeah.
And maybe we should check out this movie that we all love Vincent D'Onofrio. I think it might be worth a watch.
Yeah.
Gomer the Barbarian.
definitely.
Gomer the Barbarian.
To touch on that earlier point, his mother does die in the original stories. His father does not.
Okay.
He was born on a battlefield, and his mother died giving birth to him.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like
So they
many-
did change it.
Like so many others.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut. Yeah.
Do you want to read the categories?
Yeah, let's get into
Keto?
some
You want to
categories.
be the category guy? Do you want to continue to be the category guy?
Yeah, we're doing it. Let's
All
fucking
right.
do it.
Do it.
I just give you guys
earning his stripes
just
here.
a quick cast. Casting Arnold as Conan, James Earl Jones as Thulsa Doom, my girl Sandal
Great
Bergman, Valeria. Oh, that's an awesome villain name.
Thulsa Doom. Awesome name.
We got Mako. He's just the wizard in this. He gets a name in the second one.
I remember Mako. He played about 1 million characters in MASH. Every time they needed an Asian guy, it was always Mako.
Poor guy.
I'm serious. He must have played like 1,000 soldiers in every other
It's
episode.
just him and James Hong just leading the way.
Honestly, in the 70s, that's all you pretty much had.
We got Ben Davidson as Rexor, who's I would say the guy with the bangs, but everybody's got fucking bangs in this movie. He's the one with the bangs and the mustache.
Right.
Okay.
Jerry Lopez plays Subutai,
Yep.
who is a surfer.
Yeah, Mexican guy too.
Yeah, surfer.
Yeah, not even Japanese.
Really good friends with the director, and that's how he kind of got brought on and learned to act because he went to Mako's acting school.
Oh,
He was
Mako
like,
had
"You
an
need-
acting
You need to learn how to
school."
act, so go to Mako's acting school.
I didn't know that.
They'll teach you how to act. And then Sven Ole Thorson is Thorgrim, who's a really good friend of Arnold, and he is in like every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Really?
That you can think of. Yeah.
I couldn't place where I knew him from, and then I was like,
The Fours.
no.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, he is
from
the
Mallrats.
Forest, too. Yes, he's the Forest from Mallrats, but
He is not.
yeah. And he's
I never knew that.
and he's in Gladiator.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's
the
the
Tigress.
Yeah.
The guy with the
mask.
Yeah, he's wearing
no
the metal
shit.
that slides
Oh
down.
my
That's
God.
him. But he's in The Running Man. He plays Richard Dawson's bodyguard in The Running Man. He's in Eraser. He's in The Last Action Hero. He's in the second Conan
He's
movie.
not the guy with the handlebar mustache, you said. So
No.
this is the other guy.
This is the other guy.
This is the guy that kind of looks like the lead singer of Iron Maiden there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well,
Bruce
this guy grew
Dickinson.
up and he got like the spiky
If Bruce
hairdo
Dickinson was
and-
on steroids.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I didn't realize really good friend of Arnold. So
Wow.
he's been in a
I
shit
had no
ton of
idea
his
that was the
movies.
same guy.
They're still buds.
He was the Forest.
That's right, yeah.
The
yeah,
Fours.
in every,
Oh my
uh,
God.
It's so funny.
That is funny.
Who wants to go first? Favorite scenes?
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. My favorite scene is the snake transformation scene.
Yeah.
It's fucking out there. It's you got this orgy that looks like it's trying to happen but actually doesn't. It looks like a
It's
bunch of
sloppy.
people.
It's lazy.
They don't know what to
Yeah.
do. They're
Yeah.
like starting out.
It's
They're
like they've-
trying to
my
to
first
trying to
orgy-
get
You
it,
guys
look like two seals fighting over a grape.
but they can't get it.
Fisher Price's My First Orgy.
Do you think that's what happens when Thulsa Doom gets aroused? He just turns into a snake
I think
and
that's
slithers away?
I think he
That's
got
it.
bored. I think he got bored with the orgy. He's like, this isn't going the way I wanted it.
Their heads are all facing the wrong way. What are they?
Nobody's actually doing anything. They're just kind of
I
moving
asked
their
for Vichy
hands.
Soir. I got this mint green soup with a
Yeah.
head floating in it. I don't know what's going on. I'm out of here.
This would be so much better if I was a snake right
Yeah,
now.
I just like, I'm bored. I'm turning into a
around.
giant snake, and I'm getting the hell out. I'm gonna find me some snakes to fuck. Is what I'm gonna do.
That's a good transformation, though. The
It's an
transformation
awesome, which is
very
why I
cool.
like it. The transformation.
Come to
for
think of
its
it, I think
time.
I'd like to see that nature series. How do snakes fuck?
Oh, sneak surprise.
They just wrap each other up.
Is that how it is? They
Yeah.
corkscrew each other?
Yeah, until there's nothing left.
Like a pig's dick.
I thought those were ducks. Ducks have the corkscrew dicks.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Pigs have curly
have curly-
tails.
Pigs have curly corkscrew tails. Very good, Derek.
That's why you're always seeing female ducks trying to fuck the back of a pig.
Yuck.
Wow.
Sorry, studio audience.
We're all over the place. Like I said earlier, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that it was a fake face at first. When it starts to stretch, it's very like subtle, and I'm like, oh, what's he doing with his face? And then they cut away, and then when they come back, then I'm like, oh, all right, he's transforming or something. And then you watch his hands like shrink back
sneak
into
in,
his.
yeah.
It's,
I always feel like he's like a baby or something, like a toddler, just like playing a game. He's like pulling his hands.
He's
back into his
de-aging.
chair. It's weird. It's funny. And then he slithers away into a hole, and who knows? He probably goes to fuck a bunch of snakes.
That's what I said.
Right,
He's
well,
like, this
yeah,
is
like
no
the
good.
one that's down below. I wonder if that was someone who was some.
The snake harem. Yuck. Anybody else have a favorite scene besides the snake fucking?
Yeah, well, mine also has to deal with a snake, but it's the first time that they go down into the temple.
Go
and
down
they-
on the snake?
And they going to steal the jewels.
Mm.
And they come across that huge snake, but then there's that huge jewel that it's kind of guarding, and Arnold has to chop the large snake's head off, and then they have to, climb scale the walls to get out. And
Yeah, Subukai shoots it a bunch of times.
with his
That's a
arrows,
fucking
and
funny scene.
Arnold's just chopping the hell away at it with his sword. And
That gem never makes like a. I thought it was for something, but it
never makes an appearance after
doesn't
that.
do
No,
anything.
no, it's like
Just
the
pretty.
MacGuffin, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they're thieves, but
It's just there for them to get down there and for King Osric to find out that they're master thieves and they can
True.
get back in so that they can steal his daughter away later.
Are they master thieves?
Well, he
Or
thinks
are they
so.
They're just like
They were
popular
very
thieves.
Really
lucky.
their first time.
They're like the only ones stupid enough to steal from fucking James Earl Jones.
That's it. They were
Is
very
that what it
lucky.
is?
But yeah, my favorite is the whole. I mean, really that and the rest of it, the whole infiltration of the temple, and how they kind of come across her while they're breaking in and decide, well, let's just team up, without really saying it.
Yeah.
Like next thing you know, they're all scaling the tower together, and her dressing up as one of the priestess girls, she's infiltrating that way. It's like all of a sudden they're an instant connection and cohesive team.
Sometimes it just works.
Yeah, and then Arnold, down there with the snake, and and as he grabs the stone, and the snake wakes up, and it's just a lot of fun, and then it illustrates how the chemistry between the three of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah.
Very.
Valeria gives that line, "Do you want to live forever?"
Yeah, right.
Jumps off the wall.
entire fucking movie, which is great. I like that she's like, you don't even have a rope, which makes me think, how are you gonna get to the top of there?
You don't
Arnold?
have a plan.
Yeah, right. Because Subakai's got the little thingies that he's climbing up, which I love those things. I wish it was.
And then
The
the
little
side,
claws.
the
Makes me
side
wish
of
I was
that
a
wall
ninja.
looked like it was made of rope.
It did,
really
yeah.
big, thick ropes that were shipyard ropes.
It's climbable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got the orgy scene also, mainly because of them in that makeup is so fun and iconic.
Yeah.
And pre camo. The fight scenes are really great. An unintentionally hilarious thing about it is that they're sneaking around a wide open room with all the lights on. And it's like, no one sees these guys.
I know.
And when they peek their heads over and see the orgy, and Arnold's eyes are fucking popping out of his head like, holy shit, man. How come I didn't get the invite? They're all just like, whoa, it's a fucking orgy.
Oh, boobies.
And you know what? The choreography in that scene is great. With the fights.
Yeah, there's some awesome stuff.
I'm not used to seeing an action movie with swords where as he slices, you always see heroes slice with the sword and you're thinking all right, that would leave a really big cut or something, there'd be blood, but there never is. It's just kind of when she, whether it's her or Conan fighting, they're slicing people, and you're seeing all of a sudden, all right, now they have blood on the front.
Yeah.
Or it's a diagonal slash because that's where they got. It was very cool to see them pay attention to the detail as opposed to just take the easy.
No, yeah,
cheap
because
way
somebody
out.
gets cut, they fall down the end.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
Right, they might as well be asleep.
This you were you felt the where they hit.
When they're leaving, even though it doesn't kind of match up because she's leaving before he is. When she's fighting all those guys in the tunnel.
Oh, it's
she's got this
she's falling
great
behind.
Solo, she
kicks
tearing
ass.
through everybody.
Yeah.
And it looks good and it looks believable. I kind of have two. The other one, I actually think the spirit scene is a really good scene where he's wrapped up and they paint his face.
And the little demons are trying to steal his soul
the,
away.
The effects are really cool,
Yeah.
even though they're cheesy.
Yeah, you can tell it's
she's
an
selling
animated
it.
cartoon.
Yeah, but they're selling it so well. It looks like she's really being pulled off of him. And then Mako's not in enough of this movie. But he's got a couple of parts where he gets to shine, and this is one of those scenes I think he gets to shine. And I like the attempt at the effects that they're using in this film, which are totally from that time period, but very good.
It was 82. What are you going to do?
Yeah, right. I think they're good. I think they hold up. look pretty seamless to
Yeah,
me.
like Ghostbuster kind of spirits.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah.
Hated scenes?
I don't. It's not hated. It's just in the wrong place. When Arnold's hanging off the post or whatever, and the vultures are eating him and shit.
Oh,
and
the
he's
Tree of
waiting-
Woe scene.
And he's when he's waiting to for somebody to come help him. It's not a bad scene. It's a great scene, but where it's placed, it's toward the end, and I kind of want to get to the end of the movie, so it sort of slows it down.
Throws the pacing off.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been put earlier in the film. Had it been put somewhere earlier in the film, I think it would have been more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's got that Bond villain like crucify him, and you're like, why would you just kill the guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Leave
What are
him
we
dead at
doing
that,
here?
Yeah. Sharks.
Scott Evil pops up. I got a gun.
Yeah.
I got a gun.
We can go. I can go back, get my gun. We can do it together.
Scott, you just don't get
it.
And he bites the vulture, which
Oh, yeah.
apparently is a
Yeah.
was a actual vulture that had died, and they stuffed it.
Oh.
And after each take, they were like, "Don't swallow."
Can you tell me something you put in your mouth but you don't swallow?
Well, I'm a pastor's wife, but I will say this out loud: they're sperm.
Really?
Yeah, because it was.
Spit that out.
Yeah,
but he's so
basically,
tempted.
They would like
He's
wash
so
his
hungry.
mouth out with something.
Oh, now that makes the scene cooler, knowing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
have
a
to change my.
It was this vulture they found and stuffed and
Yeah.
stuck in his face, and he ate it.
Yeah, like I said, it's not. It's a good scene. It's
I think
just
he was dying
by
on that tree.
By that point, it was just I wanted to get on to the final battle, and this was like a stopper at this point.
There's so much going on. There's like 4 ends.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, they threw in just like hey, go save this princess.
But our princess is in another
Who
castle.
did not want to be
Right.
saved.
Yeah. Anybody
know.
else?
The Witch's Den. I didn't like that.
Oh,
scene.
that's sexy.
I mean,
so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre, and like nothing really comes of it other than him meeting
Subotai. Yeah, that's where he meets Subotai.
But like anything could have really happened. He could
Who
have
was
just-
technically there the whole time?
I guess, right? So did he hear them fucking and see her like shoot off in a blaze of fiery glory afterwards?
Like
what?
a blue fireball take off into the night.
Like, why didn't he say, "Oh, so you fucked the
What do
witch"?
you think
huh?
happened to his dick?
That's what happened to me.
It went in.
Right?
It went in.
It's
It
in
went
there
in.
forever.
Yeah, it
his
went
dick. She like took it with her, right?
What
Maybe.
the
Conan's?
witch?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Oh,
man?
see, I read it as like he impregnated her.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Give me a little wad of beef, baby, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, and that way she could carry on some spell or some shit. But weird. I love that he like just picks her up and throws her in the fire. That was fantastic.
Yeah, but then she
flies
turns into
off.
flame
Yeah.
herself
That
and
was
flies
funny.
away.
Just she just flew
Yeah.
off. Maybe
Yep.
she was one of the demons that came back at the end.
Oh, maybe.
She's like, I want my baby.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Conan.
Yeah, a lot of that
Baby
stuff
back
is
rib.
odd.
Yeah,
Especially in the beginning, you're like, oh, this is odd.
Barbecue sauce.
I like that scene.
and like at that point too, I was like, geez, he fucks a lot, huh? Like
He sure. Well,
He's Conan.
He's, yeah.
like good for
Hell
him.
yeah.
but-
If he's
There's
not
not a
killing
lot-
shit,
He
he's having
should
sex
be.
with it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to do in that town, though, either. I mean,
He's got a sword and he's got a
Well, we
dick.
don't know because we didn't get to see the town very much.
I'll take. That's fine. That didn't bother me. The lady turned into a cat thing first, or something.
With
so.
the teeth and the
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah,
and yeah.
So
Yeah, and, like, was
the
trying
curtain
to-
rods were the least. I don't think anybody, maybe Arnold, if you're that good at screwing a woman to turn them into another creature, maybe. But
Ask the
I don't
maid.
know. Ask the maid. He's married to Skeletor for so long now.
Oh, Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Mr. Schwarzenegger. How do you know she doesn't do that? No.
Oh, the one he got pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. You guys are talking about real life. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it. I wasn't paying attention.
Not the maid in the movie.
The maid,
What?
the maid didn't turn into a
I
cat.
thought we were doing fan fiction. I'm sorry.
Mr. Conan the Barbarian not home.
No.
That was actually on one of my hated scenes.
The cat fucking.
Really, it's just like filler. The
Yeah,
filler
yeah,
stuff.
totally.
Like the town stuff is weird. And so here's the thing: if you
Oh,
haven't
he's
seen
punching
part
the
2,
camel?
I love that running gag because
Oh,
it
that's
pops up
awesome.
in part 2. He punches another camel in part 2, and it's the same camel. They're like, "Hey, remember that camel?" And he's like, "Sorry, I punched you." And the camel spits in his face, and he hits it on the top of the head and
Oh, he
fucking
bonks
kills
it.
it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's fucking insane. But that whole like town part is just odd. He's eating like lizard on a stick.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess
it's a Renaissance
It's an
fair.
introduction to like civilization, but it just
Bumped
doesn't.
into the leather mug man.
It just takes too long.
I feel like they could have spent that time like
Huzzah!
Like if he had met him first,
Yeah.
like coming into town, and then like they pulled a thief job together. Like he kind of was showing him the ropes of being a thief because he hadn't been a thief before. He was just he was like a warrior. He was like
not even,
you know,
he was a slave.
Yeah.
She's a
So it's
killing
like
machine.
you know, him showing him the ropes of how to be a thief, and that way, like by the time they get to the castle and they meet the girl, and it's like, all right, well, they really are thieves.
Yeah.
Like, they could do this job.
They should do like the Spider-Man thing where all three of them show up to the heist and they're just pointing at each other for like 7 to 8 to 9 minutes, and then they decide to just team up and fucking steal the.
I'm a thief. No, I'm a thief. No, I'm a thief.
I would have liked that better.
I agree.
Too much. There's a lot of. It takes a while to get to where you want to go for me, and that's seeing Conan fucking split heads open with a sword.
Yeah.
You know, or have sex with fucking Sandal Bergman. Anybody else hated scene?
I think I have to side with Derek. I think the witch scene was probably the weakest.
No.
Although it does, he does come up with Subotai at the end, but he could have found just Subotai on the road.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
In his back pocket.
Mm-hmm. His back pocket. Subotai was a cool character. I gotta admit, I did
first,
like
dude.
Subotai.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I already.
Yeah, no. Mark
kind of looked like an old.
I had no problem with the cat lady fucking. I thought that was hilarious.
He kind of looked like an old Justin Long.
Who did?
Jerry, what's his name? Jerry
Lopez.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like just. Oh yeah, I could see that.
I think he's pretty good. He's fun. I like Subotai. He's a fun.
Zach and Mary
character.
make a porno. You just
That's
saw
it.
that, right? He's got that great
He's
cameo.
with Brendan Routh.
Randy?
Yeah, him and
Yeah.
Brendan Routh.
Man.
Yeah.
Randy Saint. Randy Saint something. I used to look at his butthole as just a cum dumpster. That's a
porn director.
I do films with all male cast. Oh, like Glenn Ross. Oh, more like Glenn and Gary do Ross's balls.
Yeah, right. Stick my balls in Gary's eager mouth.
Ear mouth.
Eager mouth.
Oh, eager. I thought you said ear mouth.
I thought you said ear mouth.
That's a direct quote from the movie.
No, it is. I just
we're telling the audience earmuffs.
Right into his earmuffs.
Earmuffs, Max.
What would you change about this film?
I would change the pacing, have it move a little quicker.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it could probably lose about 15 minutes. The origin story, maybe trim a little bit of him walking in a circle for 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You know, get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that could have been maybe quickened up a little bit.
It's weird as long as it is the redhead kid that turns into the redheaded old guy.
Yeah.
Because I fell asleep when we were watching it the first time, and I watched it the second time.
We
and I was
noticed.
like, oh, he grew up, and that's him, and now and they're friends, kinda.
Yeah.
And everybody else died. Weird. What is the point of this place?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the kid wasn't a slave, but he got to keep Conan. But why would they keep?
I know.
It's a pet. He's a pet.
I did like the which is also in Red Sonja, the training with like this Asian sword master, which I thought was I thought that was fun. Unrelated. I wouldn't change that. I liked it a lot. What would you change, Derek?
No, like I said, I think I just would have taken the witch scene out, and I would have had him meet Subotai as he's coming into that village. Maybe add a.
Or maybe
scene.
Subotai was like, being crucified along the road, as they
Yeah.
sometimes do,
that'd be
as a
fun.
warning to other thieves. This
Right.
is what
Yeah.
this is what we do. And Conan has pity on him, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, maybe you're not as
Like
bad.
Mad Mardigan
Oh, I like that.
in the star.
Exactly.
The cell things.
I knew I'd seen
Yeah,
it somewhere
along the road.
before,
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
Derek.
good
Yeah.
one, too.
No, I
I
agree.
like that. Or what if he was having sex with the witch and then she turned into Subotai? And he was like, hey, get me out of here. That'd be cool, too.
Yeah, would it though?
I think the movie's a little bit too long. It's a little too long for me. And I'd like to see more Mako. Not enough Mako. Or maybe the witch was having sex
Mako
with the
is
witch
funny.
and the witch turns into Mako.
But Mako is the worst wizard ever. He does
Oh,
nothing.
he's terrible. Yeah. He's
Well,
fun.
because he's not a real wizard. That's why.
He does a lot of arm waving and screaming throughout the whole
You
movie.
gotta see part 2. He's legit, man.
All
Mako's
right.
legit.
Yeah.
Mako's-
Too
yeah.
legit.
I
the
don't
wizard.
remember him being in part 2. So.
He's legit in that one. But he's good. He's a phenomenal narrator. I think he's great.
Oh, he
narrating
is.
stories.
He's got a hell of a voice.
Yeah, I think he's great doing it. Scene that might make you stop watching this movie.
Stop watching it?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a scene that would make me stop watching it.
Derek?
No, not really. I mean, I think I'd And even the witch scene, I'd probably be compelled to keep watching.
Yeah, I would want to know what the hell
boobs.
you
Like,
watched.
like, what the fuck is this?
The witch
As
was hot
opposed-
until she turned blue and
Totally.
flew away.
And even then, she was still doable. No?
It's just Mark?
I would scene that would make it the montage with him fighting and like just in those tiny bouts, and he's just getting more
different clothes.
Yeah,
but
like
doing
if
the
I
same
had
thing
just
over and
stumbled
over.
upon that scene alone, I probably would have passed it. I would have been like, "Oh, it's Conan," but this isn't very thrilling, so I would probably
Yeah, I guess I
go
could
past
see
it
that.
because it's just that scene in itself.
Yeah, honestly, the earlier parts of this film just kind of drag for me.
A little bit, yeah.
So I could potentially give up.
Like turn it off and then come back later and see if it's
maybe do that.
Yeah.
If it gets back.
Once he meets Sabatai and then Sandahl Bergman.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably the point where the movie
Should start.
gets real. Yeah, where I'm like, ooh, this is fun when they first meet up. Something that things that might not work today, gentlemen.
Punching the camel, though I love it, I feel PETA would have a problem with it.
They probably had a problem with it back then, too.
They had a problem with the horse stuff.
Yeah, see,
Wow.
so
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
the violence toward the camel, I think, would be frowned upon today.
I'm
Although I
guessing-
think it's hilarious.
I'm guessing all the
It's so
gratuitous
funny.
sex. Like, there's just a lot of sex, and I feel like people would be like, you can't put that much boobs.
Nah, just
Now,
a
see, I
handful
think
of
there's not
people.
enough of that
a
in today's
handful,
cinema.
yeah.
You know what's funny is I almost I was like, oh, Conan, I got to watch this. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll watch it with Liam. And I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't watch this with Liam.
have been
Like
his
2 minutes
first
in.
rated R movie?
Liam just turned what? 8?
No, 6.
6? Oh, my God. Yeah, no.
You gotta start them young, man.
But I didn't know. Like, I was thinking Beastmaster. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Even Beastmaster had boobs.
Yeah, but like that was quick. This has lots of boobs and like there's
Lots of
beatings
gore.
and, so and he wouldn't have
Sex,
slept.
orgies.
The whole even the
He
snake
would
trap.
not have slept.
Yeah, cannibalism.
Yeah, he would have turned into a snake and slithered into a hole. Is that what you're telling me?
That'd be weird. But imagine him at a talent show at school. Huh? All the
Yeah,
other
watch-
kids just singing
watch
fucking
this,
memory
guys.
from Cats, and he turns into a snake.
What year is
the
this?
teachers shit themselves.
What year is the school taking place in?
Well, if it's Conan, I don't know, 82? Cats was
We're talking about him showing it to his kid
Yeah.
now, though.
Oh, now? Yeah,
They're
some
doing
people still
Cats?
like Cats.
All right.
Cat kids,
Oh, they did
yeah.
the Taylor Swift did a version.
Yeah,
sure.
totally. Wait till you hear my Geek Flag rant.
I guarantee it's not about that. A thing that doesn't work for me is the fucking all these dudes with bangs. I just
Well, that's not bad then, Tito.
there's so many bangs. I can't. All the bad guys. Everybody's got bangs. I just hate it.
Yeah.
But there were like a lot of protests about the movie, specifically with the horse stuff.
Yeah, I think if anything, it would have to be the animal cruelty.
And
for
it's
me.
at the end when they're like rolling down the hill. And
Right.
apparently, like the debate was like, "Did you see the guy fall off the horse?" And the response was yes. It was like, "He's fine."
Yeah, but the horse
Has
has 3
fine
broken
too.
legs.
The horse is fine too. It just hit a bunch of rubber. But those horses look like they're getting fucked up. Those guys probably got fucked up too. What are we talking about? This probably because I saw like a making of featurette afterwards. And it's James Earl Jones, as awesome as he is, being the only black guy in this whole movie. And the reasoning was that they wanted someone who looked like a race that didn't exist anymore. That's why he's got blue eyes and the bangs.
That's why.
They were like, let's make him look like this
Rick
amazing
James.
race that never existed. It doesn't exist anymore, and he's the last of his kind. And I like the idea, but then I was like, the more I thought, you can read into anything, I suppose, these days. But the more I thought about it, I was like, that kind of hits me wrong.
Well, especially since it was supposed to be someone else. He ended up being freed up. Someone couldn't do it, and he stepped in.
He's awesome.
Who was supposed to do it
I
instead
can't
of
remember.
James Earl Jones?
I can't remember.
David Prowse.
Yeah.
Is that the guy who played Darth Vader?
Yeah.
But not the
Like the
guy in the
physical
suit.
actor, yeah.
Thank you,
That
Tito.
bum.
That was the joke.
Yeah, I don't like that guy. Rest in peace to him, though, right? He passed away. Rest in peace
He
to that
did.
guy.
He passed away a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Why don't you like David Prowse?
Because he's not fucking James Earl Jones.
All right.
Next category. If you had to replace someone, who might you replace?
I'm gonna get such hate for this.
No,
now.
I don't
Go
really
for it.
think
Let's hear
anybody...
it. Is it Arnold? If you say fucking Sandal Bergman, I'll kill you.
No.
You will get hate for that.
No, I'm gonna say James Earl Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
that was gonna be my second one.
Yep, you can kill me now. He just doesn't look like a good match for Arnold. I don't know. There's something goofy about him. The bangs, I get it. I understand everybody had it.
He's Rick James, bitch.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's the reason. I don't know why. He just comes off as really goofy looking in this movie, and I feel like Arnold, Conan, whatever, needed a more like equal looking kind of scary kind of guy in this. And James Earl Jones just looked kind of adorable, menacing. He was an adorable, menacing creation to me. He wasn't, I don't know. It just seemed like Arnold could just walk up to him and slap him once and that would be it. So maybe
I mean, he
that's
dies pretty easy.
He does.
Kind of does.
But
It's
maybe
like the
that's the
goons.
problem too. I don't know. Maybe
It's the goons that is the toughest thing.
I don't know. It's there's something off about him, and that's just me.
That's fair, I guess.
I'm sure no one else is gonna come up with it, Tito. You're okay, man.
I got nothing because James Earl Jones is awesome in this movie. So I wouldn't replace anybody. Even Sobatai is fine. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anybody else who I would replace.
Tito's going to hate me, but I'm going with Sandal Bergman.
Come on, Brian.
Sandal
What
Bergman
are
is
we
a little
doing here?
mannish for me.
Oh man.
In all the right places, though.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Whatever that means.
I don't know what that means, Tito, but you can have it. Yeah, I think that back in the day there were a lot more attractive blondes that they could have.
Yeah, but were there like ones that were muscular?
Dude, that could
like,
hold a sword.
Bo Derek.
Hold a sword, exactly.
Bo Derek.
Oh,
Bo Derek was very fit in the early 80s. She was blonde.
Yeah,
she
but
could have done it.
She wouldn't have been able to hold a sword.
I don't
How
know
do
if
you
she
know?
Looked
She
that
could
strong.
hold this one.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she doesn't look very strong.
I don't think she could hold a sword.
Give her a smaller
to Sandal
sword.
Bergman.
If she had
Give
to
her a
hold them
couple
with
of.
her
Give her a
legs,
couple
then
of.
maybe.
Instead of a sword, then give her a couple of daggers.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't have to have a sword.
She could have nunchucks.
She could have nunchuck. Give her something.
I don't think they did nunchucks back then.
Shut up, Tito.
Maybe they.
But I'm
did.
just saying.
She could have a bow staff.
With my trusty quarterstaff. Actually, it's the buck and a quarterstaff, but I'm not telling him that.
Unfortunately, Tito, I don't agree with you. I'd never really thought that Sandal Bergman was all that.
That's okay. It's wrong, but it's okay. Don't listen to him, Sandal.
Come home, Sandal.
Come home, Sandal. We miss you.
Tito, I liked Sandal. Am I back in the cool corner now?
Yeah, she's great.
All right.
No, you fucking don't like James Earl Jones.
You can't have everything, dude.
No, you can try.
That was last
You
month.
can try.
You can
That's
just
true.
try.
Yeah, your time's over now, man.
That's
You're done kissing your ass. Derek, you?
Jerks.
Which one is this category? This is who
If
would
you
I
had to replace someone.
who would you
No
replace?
one. No one seems out of place. I liked everybody in the roles that they
I like
had,
that. No
and,
one seems out of place. I like that.
No one seems. Yeah, they all fit. They all fit their roles. No, I wasn't like. I didn't see a character and be like what? No, yeah, that's not. Well, not that it was believable or not, but because it's a fantasy movie. But
But curtain rods though have to go.
Well, yeah, exactly,
Yeah, okay.
exactly.
Exactly. That's the best part.
I'd replace that with just a fucking like piece of cloth that you have to move out of the way, not fucking hanging on a curtain rod. Like it made the sound, like when you like the sound like when you rip open the curtain after a shower, like the as they move across the bar.
Jesus Christ!
Maybe she had beads or something attached to them. So she could hear somebody coming in.
That would have been fine. They could have just put those like fucking freaky hippie beads instead. That would have been more believable.
Maybe they were bones from an animal.
Oh, there you go.
How do you know they're not bones? You didn't get a good look.
Listen.
Do you know how they were made? You don't know how the rods were made.
You see what they have to work with.
Derek laughs at your four winds. Derek knows the riddle of steel. Be like Derek.
That's hilarious, man. Fucking curtain rods. Only you,
Crom.
Raymond. Only you.
Crom.
Favorite god. Go.
Crom.
Crom.
Pretty
Crom?
Crom
The
daily.
Four Winds.
The Four Winds.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a
I'm
Four
going
Winds
Four
guy.
Yeah, you're a
guy,
Four Winds
too.
guy because
I'm going Four
the
Winds.
Four Winds is above your Crom. Crom sits on a mountain.
right.
That's it.
My
That's
God
right.
is above yours.
That's right.
Just staring up. Clueless. Fucking Crom. Dumb as rocks. Playing with metals.
Yeah. I pray to Crom even though he doesn't listen.
What a prick. Award for what are you doing in this movie?
I'm going with Mako.
Mako.
Because I had never seen him in anything other than Pearl Harbor. He plays the Japanese general.
Oh, I don't remember that.
So
isn't he the guy? Isn't he the Japanese?
No, let's do it again.
What?
Are we thinking it's a different actor?
No, he's in. No, because I remember seeing the name pop up, and I'm like, there's one. No, it's funny. I didn't know him from anything else, so I actually thought that he was some like prestigious Japanese actor. I did not expect him to speak perfect English. He has no accent really in this movie when he's he's talking.
No, grew up in San Francisco, you dick.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, but where do you come from?
Yeah. You avoided it, Derek. You avoided it. It's just, yeah, Tito.
That's a good one. I picked Sven Ole Thorsen.
LaForce.
Once I realized,
had I noticed right away, then yeah, he probably would have been my pick. I would have been like, oh, LaForce.
It wasn't after I looked him up and I was like, oh, that's what he looks like now. And then when you go back and see him again, you can see it's just like, you're like, oh, I can see the face there. But yeah,
right.
I was surprised that it was that guy. You got somebody?
Max von Sydow.
Out
of left field.
Max von Sideshow. He just pops up
He just
out of
pops
nowhere.
up and he's like, hello, I'm here. And then he's gone and you don't see him again.
I'm here to give this movie gravitas.
Yeah.
Look at my mustache.
Have you seen The Exorcist? See The Exorcist. Thank you and good night.
There's another scene apparently where he gets murdered by his own men because they.
Oh, they cut it?
Yeah,
did they film it or?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not
he
in
gets
there.
Stabbed
right?
to death. No, he gets stabbed to death by his men because they now are followers of Thulsa Doom in some capacity.
That's why he's mine. Wow. He just pops up like a head out of sand. Hello, and then he.
Like a head out of the sand.
Welcome to Needful Things.
Yeah. That hadn't happened yet, man. I know Ingrid Bergman. Good night.
Not Sandal Bergman.
Sweet. Sandal Bergman.
He knew her after.
In 2 years, I'm going to be Brewmeister Smith in Strange Brew.
Yeah, he's run the gamut for roles.
He's all over the place. God bless him.
Yeah, he's making moves.
He's making moves.
He's making moves.
Tony Montana making
He's the guy you call him.
I'm going to go with Mark. I think
Max.
Yeah, Max von Sydow. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mark Maki too. I think he won this award.
It had to happen eventually.
How does it stack up? I got Arnold movies, sword and sorcery movies. What are we stacking this up against, and how does it stack up?
Oh man!
Well, it's at the top of the fantasy.
Yeah, for sword and sorcery movies, it's definitely near the top.
Yeah, I'd say that. For Arnold movies, lower, but not because it's not good. It's just because
you had to start somewhere.
So many other.
Yeah.
Better Arnold films. Yeah. Like if I had to choose on a day, but it's still a good film.
Right.
I might throw this in the middle somewhere of Arnold movies.
There's a lot of Arnold crap
worse.
That's below it.
I'll take it over Jingle all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or 9 months.
Or 9 months.
Yeah.
No, Junior.
Yeah, 9 months is Hugh Grant.
That's Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's a different kind of evil.
Julianne Moore, yeah.
Whatever.
That one's got more feeling. That movie. But your boy's in it, Tom Arnold.
Oh, yeah, my boy.
In 9 months or Junior?
In 9 months.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have feelings.
Who's in Junior with him?
Danny DeVito.
It was like a twins reunion.
And Emma Thompson?
Oh,
Emma Thompson and Danny DeVito are in it.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's the beaver.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't squeeze the baby out of his penis.
That's right. It
Yeah.
came out his ass.
That's why I never watched it. Somebody spoiled the ending for me. That's all.
That's all I want to know. Is it coming out of his penis?
I want to see a baby. I want to see a guy piss on a baby. Ow! That came out of my penis.
Yeah,
Didn't
me
happen.
too. No go. Yeah. It's like in Total Recall when he's pulling the thing out of his nose.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like in his face.
The honing device.
Get ready for
that movie wouldn't fly nowadays.
Pull it. Total Recall.
Total Recall.
No. Junior.
Oh,
Junior.
yeah. No, that would probably not. No.
No. We got an MVP.
Arnold.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Arnold. He makes this movie.
I almost went with James Earl Jones, but
nah.
Yeah, Arnold. I don't know. I don't think of a barbarian without thinking of...
No, agreed. I mean, this guy could like barely speak English straight, without like a heavy accent, and he holds his own against James Earl Jones and
Max von
Sydow. Two acting powerhouses, and he basically his whole movie's on his shoulders, and it works.
He doesn't say anything for like 15 minutes. I feel like
he doesn't.
It's just like
some
of those.
But he doesn't have to.
And then
He just projects.
He answers the warlord's question about
what is best in life.
Oh, that's a great.
You
know, Brian, what is best in life?
What is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women.
That's right.
That is right, Conan.
He broke that last one though. He grew out of the last one.
Yeah.
This is hearing the lamentation of the woman.
Yeah.
He was like, no, he's a sensitive guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch camels
He
instead.
likes the ladies. Twice. You got to see the second one. He punches them.
I will now.
You know, I was 50-50 on James Earl Jones in the score because I think the score is freaking phenomenal.
Basil Polidorus.
Polidorus?
Yeah.
Basil Expedition.
Basil
Expedition. And he did the music in the second one, which I like the music in the second one a lot too. But no, I'm going James Earl Jones because I think he crushes it in this.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He, again, has very little screen time though, but I mean,
not a ton.
No, but he's all, you feel him in almost every scene.
Yeah,
you know that shadow of Thulsa Doom is over. Everything. It just hangs over every scene.
And he's just great. The monologue that he has with him when he gets the woman to jump off.
The cliff
And,
you think steel is stronger? Flesh is stronger.
That is power.
When he's talking to him, it's phenomenal.
Come here, my child. Come here. And he's talking to the woman up on the top of the temple, and she just jumps to her death. You see, flesh is stronger.
But not really.
No, you can't cut.
She's dead.
So.
Well, I know, but I mean, he.
No, I know.
He commanded her to do that. You know,
you can't cut a pipe with flesh. You would need the steel blade of something. I think he's all.
And believe Mark, he's tried.
Well, and wouldn't it really be like? It's not the flesh that's powerful; it's his voice. Because
his voice is good.
That's his control over the flesh.
Yeah, he commanded.
Yeah. What's your control over the steel or your control over the flesh? Which is he would prefer though. You know, he doesn't need to fight. Oh, but those fucking snake arrows are bad.
Oh, those were cool.
Snake arrows,
I like those.
very
He
cool.
pulls a snake out and he straightens it with between his two fingers, and he just knocks it into the bow. And
the effect they do when he pulls it out of her and
it recoils into like a rubber snake
seamless.
again. I know.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I heard they used a snap bracelet.
Oh, is that what they
didn't
invented?
have those then, Derek.
That could be the original.
They do now.
Rods or snap roller thingies.
We can't prove that it wasn't.
That's right.
The origination of the snap bracelet. We're giving that one to Thulsa Doom also.
Thulsa Doom.
Thulsa Doom.
Inventor of the snap bracelet.
Inventor of the snap bracelet.
It's like
you know who I am.
Come to my temple. Exit through the gift shop.
Snap snakes.
Snap bracelets. Snake masks.
They look like snakes. Does it make the rotation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I agree.
I rented it on Amazon, but I may buy it on Vudu.
Nice. You'll have to get the two of them as a 2-pack.
You got to watch part 2.
Yeah.
Conan the Destroyer.
Honestly, I watched 2 more than I watched 1. Again, it was in my wheelhouse, so
there's always been a rumor that they're going to make a third one where it shows Conan becoming King Conan, like it did at the very end, But that is another tale.
Yeah.
Well, it has the possibilities to become like and I think was their intention to be a James Bond.
Yeah.
Right, where he just has all these adventures, and it always ends with he'll eventually become king.
Oh yeah.
That's spot on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One of your better James Bond themes.
Never uttered a fucking James Bond theme.
That's why it's one of the better ones.
He set the bar pretty high.
Yeah, right.
You better be careful.
Right.
But I would have loved to have seen a third or fourth of this franchise with him and whoever else is thrown into the mix. Because I think they're fun. They're fun movies. I love fantasy. There's not a ton of like really good. I feel like there's a ton of fantasy. Not a ton of like classic fantasy films though.
Yeah.
Or films that hold up, or you go back and you're like, this is a movie where I went back and I was like, oh, it's still good. It holds up. It's a little bit longer than I like, but it holds up, and it's still entertaining.
Just gonna have some coffee before.
Agreed. Yeah.
It was like I'm getting old, man. I can't be staying up.
I'm with you, buddy.
All right. If we were gonna make a sequel of this movie, which there already is, but we're gonna make our own version, how does it go?
Well, Tito, we've had our sequel and we've had our reboot. But were I to greenlight a direct sequel to this movie, it would actually be a remake of Masters of the Universe, where He-Man does in fact use his time portal, but instead of going to 1980s California, finds himself no longer in Eternia, but what the hell's the name of the place?
Samaria.
Samaria, thank you.
The Samaritans.
All right, thank you.
Samaria.
I said that. What more do you want me to do? Shut up. Soon he comes across Conan.
You wrote the word. You can't even read it.
I know. I just needed the fucking correct pronunciation.
Continue, please.
Shut up. Soon he comes across Conan and finds a worthy challenger. The two, of course, get off on the wrong foot and fight, but again, because I love a team up, put aside their differences to take on Skeletor, as Conan joins He-Man as they chase Skeletor across time and space, acquiring new allies on the way, such as Thundar, Apache Chief, and the Herculoids. All this leading to an epic battle.
Apache Chief?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what do you get off my lawn?
Suck it, Apache Chief!
An epic battle, endgame style, with Skeletor and his army facing off against the mightiest of warriors, and I would call the movie Conan, the Brawn and the Bold.
Oh, fun.
Wow, look at you.
That's
Brawn
right.
and the Bold. I like that.
It's a lot of meat and muscle, like me, Derek.
Oh, hello.
I've spent the majority of my adult life stuffing my meat into casings. It's thrilling work, rewarding and exhausting. Yet I won't rest until my sausage has touched the back of your throat.
I'm with you. I think that they should have continued on the series and not made him king, but like just kind of like tease that every time. Like, he'll get there someday.
Yeah, right.
But lots of adventures to be had. Yeah, so I'd just keep it simple and just more adventures.
Yeah, no, see, I wanted to see the King one.
Yeah.
That's where my sequel would be, because after Destroyer, I was waiting for that third movie, and it never came.
Yeah.
So I want to see that adventure where they wrap up the trilogy and Conan actually becomes the king. Be it whoever he has to defeat. Maybe it's another ruler. He usurps his throne, because I believe there was a book called Conan the Usurper. I would still love to see that. I thought it would always had a nice ring to it. You know, Conan takes the throne. Maybe he discovered he had a half-brother. The half-brother turned out to be evil. He had to take the throne from the
Ocean
half-brother.
Master.
Ocean Master.
Desert Master.
Ocean Bastard.
So something like that, you know, where Conan has like a not only a physical battle, but like a moral dilemma that he has to wrestle with.
I have a brother.
I have a brother. Oh, obviously, it turns out to be Danny DeVito. Oh, obviously, I thought I was looking into a mirror.
Maybe my sequel can go into your sequel, Brian. My sequel is Conan assembles his crew, and he attempts to sneak into Valhalla and rescue Valeria and bring her back from Crom.
That would be cool.
So he gets Valeria back from Crom, and then maybe he goes and gets his own kingdom with Valeria, played by Sandal Bergman. Back. And that would be my sequel.
Nice.
Yeah, Age
Back.
of Valeria, Sandal Bergman.
She's sexy to some, but not to others.
The right ones.
The right ones.
Any
Let's the right ones in.
closing arguments, gentlemen.
Closing arguments?
Closing
I don't have
arguments.
any arguments. This is a good movie.
Thoughts?
Yeah. I like it.
That's it.
Yep.
Overall,
solid sword and sorcery
We're all in
movie.
agreement.
Very good start. To the,
good start.
Fantasy February.
Yeah, we got some good ones coming up.
We do.
I feel like we got a few in last year before we got to like a real good one.
Yeah, we did.
Like we
Yeah.
started
We got
off
through
with
some
we started off
tough
with a
ones.
strong one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we watch Beastmaster first?
Or was it
I
Crawl?
think it was
Crawl.
Crawl, Beastmaster, Legend,
Labyrinth.
And Masters.
and Labyrinth.
Okay. Yeah,
Right?
Beastmaster.
Yeah. Did we
I
do?
thought we did Beastmaster.
Masters.
We did Beastmaster.
We did Masters of the Universe. Also.
So we did
I
five.
think we did a
did
separate
five.
Legend.
Yeah, we did 5
We
last
squeezed
time.
in 5 last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 4
Yeah, 'cause we
good
had
ones and a
Legend.
drink till it's good. We'll have to find a drink till
that's
it's
true.
good fantasy movie for this one.
Damn.
Masters of the Universe
Ready?
again.
You want to go back and do it again?
Yeah, it'll be funnier the second time.
All
I
right,
think.
that's cool. I'll get the location right.
how
I remember
about-
when I kept thinking it was in
It's
New
New
York for
York,
half
yeah.
the fucking movie?
How
can't
about
believe you're
Hawk
in
the
California.
Slayer, where Jack Palance is the bad guy?
Oh boy.
No, no.
No?
Well,
Remember-
no, that one's
you're
more
thinking
sci-fi.
Hawk.
Yeah,
You're
no,
thinking
no.
Mystery Science Theater. What are you
might
thinking?
never won.
I was thinking the which one was it? Star Games one, the one retracts.
Oh,
It's on
shit.
Tubi. Hawk the
Oh, it
Slayer's
is on Tubi. Oh, we should watch that, man.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do Star Games.
It's horrible.
Oh, Star Games. No. You're looking at the Slayer one. We can watch that one.
Hawk the Slayer is good, too.
All right, let's do that one.
Riff Tracks also does a version of Hawk the Slayer.
Do they?
Yeah.
What's making our geek flag fly, boys? Brian?
I saw Megan. I don't know what happened to my.
How is that?
How is she?
She's good. She was asking for you.
Oh,
yeah. My dad saw this movie about a month ago, and he wanted me to go see it. And it was one of the weeks where something was going on, I don't know what was going on. Couldn't make it. And I know what it was. My daughter wanted to see it. So I told him, I said, no, I'm not going to go because Quinn wants to go. And then we just never made it to the movies to see it. And then it came out on digital this past weekend.
Oh, nice.
So I was looking to see what it cost to rent. And it was like $19, but it was $24 to buy. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to buy it. God damn it.
I thought it was on Hulu. I don't know.
No, not
Peacock,
yet.
so did I.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
So I bought it and we watched it over the weekend, and it was surprisingly good for a PG-13 horror movie.
Is it Blumhouse or A24?
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse?
Yeah, it's a Blumhouse film. But considering that it's PG-13 horror and about a doll, which I'm not crazy about, wasn't bad. I gotta admit, if they're doing a sequel, I'm all for it, man.
Cool.
I saw like a clip of her dancing.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh, I think I want to see this movie.
Well, I watched a video last night on YouTube about it, and apparently a lot of the doll is actually a puppet. I thought it was CGI, but it's not. It's an actual puppet. This guy was talking about all the puppetry that went into it, and very little CGI except for like when the doll was dancing. It was an actual 11-year-old in like a prosthetic face, but they kind of had to do some CGI enhancement for the eyes because she couldn't wear the prosthetic eyes while she was doing. She couldn't see what she was doing. So I think that's the only CG that they actually did. They there was virtually no CG in this movie.
It looks like it's there.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good. I mean, she's creepy as hell.
Yeah.
And I thought it was good. I thought it was decent. I recommend this.
That's like one of the one things
I'm going to
I'll give
recommend
them
every
for
horror
is-
movie after I've seen Skinamarink. I don't give a shit. You know?
Blumhouse is really good. They crank out
Yeah.
movies. They're inexpensive.
They are.
They're original ideas for the most part. And they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Siobhan said that she thinks the Megan doll looks like Elizabeth Olsen.
A little bit. I've seen those memes.
Yeah.
I have seen those memes. There are a lot of memes. Yeah, she's not the only one.
It's funny.
I'm reading an article on it with Fang. It's the latest issue of Fangoria has a whole thing on it, and it talks about the behind the scenes stuff. It sounds really good. I do want to see that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Derek. Go ahead.
I'm sure we'll all end up talking about what's really making my geek flag fly after.
Iced tea.
But so I gotta say something I just found humorous is that Stephen Dorff, Deacon Frost from the original.
I think I saw this.
He's making headlines because he's talking a bunch of shit about superhero movies in general, shitting all over and he's taught. Before he was kind of on board with the new Blade movie, he made like positive comments about the casting of Mahershala Ali, but now he's saying that like it's not. There's no way it's gonna be any good without Stephen Norrington involved, who directed the original. And you know that it's not going to surpass the new one, that they made a great film, and he even bashes like in the interview he says something. He makes a comment about Oppenheimer.
Really?
So I'm not one of the 50 people that are in Oppenheimer, and he says unless you're playing Oppenheimer, I don't want to be in that movie, and I just feel like. Bro, you haven't made an actual movie since Alone in the Dark in 2005.
Sounds like a lot of sour grapes.
Yeah, like the last like recent bigger movie that he's
Oppenheimer,
done.
that's the Nolan movie then.
Yeah, that's coming out. Yeah.
Was in is Leatherface, which was in 2017. He makes
Who
nothing.
the hell is he in that? I think I saw that.
I don't even remember.
He played the chainsaw.
Yeah. As
But he
played
does.
by
He's like
Stephen Dorff.
he makes
Ding,
nothing
ding,
but
ding,
straight to video, like
Yeah.
not theatrically released movies.
Other than Blade, can you name anything else that he's been
right,
in?
exactly. I honestly
and that movie
can't.
came out 30 goddamn years ago.
Yeah.
That can't be making your geek flag fly.
Yeah.
It was just something I wanted to get on a soapbox for a minute.
Okay.
All right.
fair.
No, the DC stuff is what
The James Gunn announcement.
Oh, the big announcement.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm sure I don't know if you want to all talk about it or not, because I'm sure that was
Go for
Mark.
it.
Was that on yours or no?
No, it wasn't on mine.
Oh,
no, I
all right.
figured it'd be on yours.
Yeah.
No, I mean that they made like he made an announcement about the projects that they've got coming for the next few years.
Few. That's a fucking understatement.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming out until
by
2025.
10, by
right?
few, you mean 10.
Well, and that's the kind of the good thing is that so according to him, the Superman movie is really going to kick off the next phase of of the moving forward the continuity. So the movies that are already being made, like Blue Beetle, that movie is going to be. It's not going to take place in the canon of this.
Right. Anything else is Elseworld.
And Flash, he did confirm that the Flash movie resets the DC universe.
Right.
Which he also made a comment, which is it's a very good sign. He says that the Flash movie is the best one of the best superhero movies he's ever seen. So there's seems to be a lot of hits or misses. I mean, they've got a Lanterns that they're making with Hal Jordan and John Stewart, so like a team up, which is cool.
Yeah, he said a true detective. In space. That's awesome.
There's going to be an Amanda Waller show, which give me as much fucking Viola Davis as you want to give me because I think she's awesome and she's born for that role.
Central Falls' own.
Brave and the Bold, obviously, it's a Batman one, a Batman Robin father and son story. That's what they're calling it. And they've already said that they want to put a lot of members of the Bat family that haven't been on screen before, which I'm psyched about. And Booster Gold's getting made.
I hope so. I'm excited. Yeah, dude, Booster Gold. I'm very excited about.
Yeah,
and Swamp Thing, another
Swamp Thing. Yeah, and who did I hear was just I forget the guy's name that they said is going to be possibly the director for it. Mangold. James Mangold.
Oh, yeah.
Which I can't think
Stephen Dorff?
Stephen Dorff as Man-Thing.
As Man?
No.
That's Mangold.
But yeah,
James Mangold he writes more than he directs, yes?
I know the name, but I can't think of.
Did James Mangold do? He did Constantine. No.
You might be right.
I don't know.
And I think he's
look him up.
They're working on that. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, then obviously the Superman. There's a Supergirl one, but they're making a prequel kind of Wonder Woman story.
Oh, the Amazons.
Yeah, like a
like it takes place on
Paradise Island.
Yeah.
So, but before Diana was born.
Yeah, I mean it's about the Themyscira, I guess, and how it became. But like, I don't really know. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. I'm sure it'll be a great movie. And I'm sure it'll be filled with lots of great actresses.
I'm curious to see it.
He did Logan. James Mangold did.
That's what it was.
He did the Wolverine
Yes.
Logan.
Yes.
Fucking Night and Day Identity, which is pretty good. I like that.
Cool.
I love Copland. I don't know if anybody's ever
Oh
seen
yeah.
Yeah. So
cool.
A lot of good stuff coming, and it's a good sign. I'm glad that they finally announced things, and what they've announced sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. At least we have an announcement. At least they have a plan.
Yeah, there's
something official.
Something's going to happen.
Like a legitimate announcement from somebody other than the internet.
Yeah.
So that works.
Or him just shooting down rumors and
and I like how he talks about the Elseworld stuff, the Matt Reeves stuff, the Joker movies. They're referring them to Elseworlds. They're going to keep making Elseworlds movies in addition. So there's something for everybody. So I hope this. I remember us talking about in this bar 4 years ago, talking about all these hopes we had for DC, and half of them not, either living up to our expectation or just coming out at all. Right? Anything's possible if done right. But James Gunn has made a couple of projects for DC, and they're the only ones I think that they're top of the game. So. I'm confident, cautiously, but I'm confident. We'll see. If we get that Lantern show, I'll be very happy.
Nice.
And Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
So, that it?
Tito?
Yeah, I just got one thing. I started watching it the other night, and I thought it was kind of fun. It's called Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh.
It's on Prime. And
it was like a one-season show that they did.
Yeah, it's like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
They're like half-hour episodes. I saw a few the other night, and I actually thought it was pretty funny. Essentially, he plays himself, but he has an alter ego, which is Agent Johnson, who is this like special agent, and his film / like handler is Felicia Rashad, and he is in love with this woman, and he wants to get her back, so he goes back into becoming a special agent. But part of being a special agent is actually taking films in other countries. So he's actually filming a movie while also investigating like this biological drug, this crazy drug or whatever. But it's funny. Like one of the movie he's making in this is called Huck. and it's basically an action version of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. And like Tom Sawyer's a woman, and he's Huck, and he wears a hat, a straw hat, and he has an axe or whatever.
That's awesome.
And like a magical paintbrush. It's funny.
That's
it's funny.
cool.
Magical paintbrush.
And you can see he's like, they even make fun of the one bad guy at a time thing, where like there's a scene where
they're all just standing around waiting for that chance.
They all start to run at it. He's like, get him, and they all start to run, and the guy's like, hold on a second, we can bump into each other one at a time, and they all start fighting him one at a time, and he's surrounded by guys who are just like moving their arms around. It's very funny. It's got some cool action in it. It's good. I like it so far. Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
I remember when that came out, Amazon used to have a thing where they would pitch series and they would throw out a season. The Tick series that they did all those years ago was one of these where like they would throw out a bunch of series and like people who had Amazon Prime would vote which ones they wanted to continue.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And Jean-Claude Van Johnson was one of them. The Tick was one of them.
Oh,
and
interesting.
yeah, I think that they did, what was it, Marco Polo way back when?
Oh, I remember that show.
Yeah.
Shit, that's old.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's when this Van Johnson
Yeah.
came out. It was like 15 or 16, I think it originally aired.
Oh, okay.
Oh
I didn't
yeah, no,
realize
it's been quite a few
that.
years
okay.
ago.
It's fun. It's fun.
Oh yeah,
They're like
yeah.
half-hour episodes too.
I
which is
remember
fun.
seeing a little bit of it way back when, Tito, but I never watched the whole thing.
So did they do that show before or after JCVD?
Oh, it's after. 'Cause
After.
That came out
Oh,
like
yeah.
08
All
or
right.
something.
Because that was
That's
great.
what it made me think of.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah, when you
similar.
were
It's very
describing it.
similar. Like
Yeah.
he's broken
Like a
down.
meta kind of.
Yeah, it's funny though.
himself.
And they're half-hour episodes, so they're like quick to get through. But so it's like a nice, fun, like not too much. But that's it.
Cool.
What do you got, McKinley?
I got a movie I caught on Prime called Unhuman, which is seemingly your standard zombie movie. It's about a bunch of high school kids on a field trip. Their bus breaks down, and there's an announcement that comes over the radio that a chemical has been released. Everybody stay in your homes, and zombies start attacking. However, it does not end up following the usual cliched course. It's actually got a nice twist to it, and it kind of has elements of Scream in it, if Scream were a zombie movie, so to speak. Definitely check it out. Not a lot of known cast. I don't recognize anybody from the cast.
What's it called?
It's called Unhuman. It's on Prime, I believe. Maybe Shudder.
Oh, this kid Drew Scheid.
One of them I recognize
I
from
think
something.
he was in the Halloween. He was in
Yeah.
one.
That's
Yeah,
what
he
it is.
was.
Okay.
The kid
all
that
right,
got killed in
so-
the backyard.
The one
Yeah.
on the fence.
Oh yeah,
it's right on the fence.
yeah.
So
I've
don't
seen
read too
him
much
before.
into it because there's a cool twist. But
Is it a movie or a series?
it's
Mark?
a movie.
It's a movie.
It is a horror comedy, and it goes in, like I said, it goes into a really cool direction. So check it out.
Nice.
And the
hour
other
and a half, Tito. Hour and a half.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right
a it's
next to
a
my
it's
And
a
it's
cool
Blumhouse.
movie. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh,
And
I
it's
love
kind of
those
funny
guys.
because you were talking about Blumhouse should be the production company making fun movies. This is exactly that. So
Cool.
All right.
there's
Check it
that,
out.
and very quickly, I saw Cats. The movie
Oh,
Cats.
God.
And why,
What
Mark?
possessed you to see that?
Mark,
Yeah.
what-
Taylor Swift
Yeah.
Why
Mark,
would you torture yourself,
What
Mark?
possessed you to see Cats?
and
it
Jason
was-
Derulo. He's
it-
in that too, right?
He was, I think.
Were you under the
Didn't
influence
it?
of something? Were
I
you-
was under the influence of Riff Tracks because they had just released the Riff Tracks the guys doing Cats.
There you go.
So my buddy Jay and I had to watch it. We did.
You had to.
We had to. I
At
had to
gunpoint.
see it. It is. The Riff Tracks is funny. It makes it watchable, but by God, that movie is just awful. I knew it was going to be bad, but boy, is it bad. Skinamarink.
Is it
bad.
Skinamarink bad?
I
Can you
don't
see their
know.
buttholes?
No.
Judy Dench's
There's
kitty
no
litter.
there's no buttholes. There's a lot of sniffing one another and nuzzling one another, and because it's humans in cosplay, it looks really weird. I would not recommend this, and that's saying something. But I felt I had to share with you. I saw Cats.
Wasn't when it first came out like they fucked up on the CGI and like Judi Dench had her real human hands or something, and so they had to like
Yeah.
quickly like rush out a revised version of the movie into theaters.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
where they fixed the CGI mess up.
Spoiler: it didn't help.
Dame
didn't
Judi
help.
They should have sent a
Dench.
different movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Dame
So
herself.
that's just a little extra information, but Unhuman definitely check out. Not your
Nice.
usual zombie movie. A lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Well, speaking of
Excellent.
not your usual zombie movie, I'm checking out The Last of Us on HBO.
Oh yeah,
And they're up to episode 3, and
Okay.
it's awesome.
Is it
I
good?
think they've released
It is
2 to
awesome.
start. Yes, maybe.
What?
2 to start?
No,
maybe?
one.
just the
One a week.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
one a week on
Yeah, it's
HBO.
episodic.
Sunday nights.
Cool.
And episode 3 is a heartbreaker.
I've heard really good things. I kind
Yeah.
of want to wait to. For all
Yeah,
of them.
no,
Same.
you'll
Same
you'll
here.
love it.
Yeah.
It's not your usual zombie movie either, Mark.
Cool.
It's got to do with like a fungus that infects people, and so like these people kind of
Like
turn
Creep
into,
Show.
kind
Yeah.
of like Creep Show, where they become
Totally.
like mushroom people, like the like sentient mushrooms almost. It's crazy.
Yeah, I never played the game.
I never did
it
either,
looks
but after
cool.
watching this show, I'm like, maybe I should check it out.
I've always
Yeah.
heard good things about
yeah,
the game.
same here.
Yeah.
I also saw another unconventional zombie film called Pontypool. It's on Hulu, I think, and it's about 3 people at a radio station. They're doing their radio show, and the zombie apocalypse is basically happening outside.
Nice.
And but again, it also goes into a weird direction. The way the virus spreads is completely new. It's not just by bites or chemicals. It's a bizarre one.
Yeah.
Worth watching. The guy who plays the DJ is I can never remember his name, but he was Lorraine's psychiatrist in Seinfeld, the one that had the hypnotic power over her. You see, he was the original
He's like
night owl, and
he's like a poor man's Lance Hendrickson.
yes, exactly. He was in Beverly Hills Cop 3,
Stephen McCaddy.
Watchmen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I again, Hulu I think has it. Pontypool, very weird name, very cool, very different kind of zombie film too.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, I guess that wraps it up for this episode.
Indeed.
While you're waiting for your next fantasy film, if you haven't heard our fantasy film picks of last year, go back and have a listen. Brian, how can they do that?
They can head over to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number 3.
GDpodcast.com. And as Mark said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with one-click buttons where you will be able to subscribe to us through the podcast platform of your choice. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit those buttons and subscribe to us so you'll never miss an exciting upcoming episode. Also, there are places where you can rate and review the show. Give us a 5-star rating. Please say a little bit nice thing about us.
That don't make no sense.
English, please?
I know that didn't come out right there. Say a nice
good
little
things.
say a nice little thing about us.
You've
I
been
don't
reading
know.
off my laptop again, haven't
I think
you?
so. It's all possessed. Everything's possessed down here. I'm fine. How are you? Say a nice little thing about us, please. I don't know why it does, but it helps to drive us up the charts a little bit, and it helps other people to find us if they're searching for us. Also, our email link is there, along with all the links to our social media presences. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our videos, our audio video can also be found on YouTube as well. And one more thing I just want to say, we have a Ko-fi page, so if you would like to donate a little something to help keep the show going, it would be greatly appreciated. Just find that little button on the website that also says, please donate. Nice. And thank you very much for listening.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. And thank you, everyone, for listening to another wonderful episode of Three Geeky Dads. Until next time, I'm Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
And we're saying keep watching the skies, because flesh is stronger than steel, and women jump out of the sky for James Earl Jones for some reason.
And my God is higher than your God. He is in the cloud.
That God is Ice-T. Thank you. And he's higher than all of you. Oh, actually. Okay, good night.
Hey, before we wrap up, do we want to do that thing that I was talking about? Remember where I said you can do the thing? I totally forgot about writing it out beforehand. Remember, Conan, what's best about podcasting?
No.
Do you want to do it? Because remember you do a good Arnold? We talked about this.
2 weeks ago, yeah. You were going to do your Arnold impression.
So it's, if I can say it, maybe you can follow along.
Okay.
It's basically what he says, what's best in life.
Oh,
but what's best about...
You do it better than me.
Huh?
You do it better than me.
Do you want me to just do it?
Yeah, the one that he does in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you do a better Arnold than me anyway.
All right, we'll ask you. Want us to ask you?
So ask me what's best about podcasting.
Okay. Hey, Brian, what's best about podcasting?
To crush your competition. To... I'm fucking it up.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, what's best about podcasting? Nothing. Okay.
Well, let's let him get the line first.
Yeah,
and then we'll
hold
go
on.
back. then
To
we'll
crush
ask
your
him.
hold on. To crush your competition, to see the numbers plummet, and to hear the lamentation of the audience.
Okay.
All right. So that's it. All right.
Here we go.
Now I got it. Okay.
Nice job.
Okay.
That's cute. Hey, Brian, what's best about podcasting?
To crush your competition, to see their numbers plummet, and to hear the lamentation of the audience.
You forgot Giovanni's.
And Giovanni. And to barf up the Giovanni's cheese fries.
Wait a minute, those guys aren't paying us to say their name.
Yeah, that's true. You want to do it again? I won't say anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
There
One
we
more
go.
time. I can always edit out what works and what doesn't.
Hey, Brian, okay, man, I'm screwing up. Hey, Brian, zip zap, zip zap.
Zip zap.
Brian, what's great about podcasting? No, wait, what is that again? Now
What's
I works.
best about podcasting?
Brian, everybody shut up.
Yeah.
Brian, what's best about podcasting?
To crush your competition.
To see the numbers.
To see the numbers. All right, do it again, Mark.
What
Do it again.
What if each one of us does one?
Can you do it?
What if
Can
we
you
go
do it?
No, I
boom,
can't.
boom, boom?
No, God, no.
Can you-
Yeah, I'll ask you what you three
What's
do.
the
it.
first one? To see their numbers plummet?
No. To crush your competition.
Crush their competition.
To see the numbers plummet, and to hear the lamentation of the audience.
Maybe you end with see the.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the longest one.
Okay.
What's mine?
All right, I'll just.
We
do it.
are
I'll
fucked.
Just,
No, it's good. It's
okay,
fun. I
okay,
can do it.
All
I
right.
can do it.
There we go.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
No,
Oh,
I
if
gotta
we're all
ask.
doing
Yeah,
it, just-
you three are
To
Arnold.
crush
I'm
their
asking.
wait, to crush the competition.
Yeah, to crush your competition.
Okay, I got it.
Hey guys, what's best about podcasting?
To crush the competition.
To see the numbers plummet, and to hear the lamentation of the audience.
Yeah.
That's right. That is best.
Get to the chopper. I get it.
Well, we got a few different options.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
edit something together. I'll edit something together. I totally.
Try again,
after
try
we
again.
started, I'm like, oh fuck.
What?
do it
I
again.
knew what
You wanna do it
I
again?
forgot
Yeah,
about.
why?
Were you unhappy with the last one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
Do it.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, what's It's too much pressure.
You have the easiest
I
line.
know. Hey guys, what's best about podcasting?
Go ahead. I was just messing around.
Yeah, I kind of figued that. Thank you,
I didn't
Tito.
think we needed to do
Yeah.
it again. I just want.
Oh,
You just wanted
I just want to muffle my voice into the back of the.
Now you sound like Watto.
You're listening to the
sound like water.
Competition.
Credits don't work on me. Only money.
The competition.
Lamentations about women.
Did you see Skinamarink, Mark? Did you watch Skinamarink?
No, I watched something that's arguably worse, and I'll get to it when I get to it.
Oh, holy smokes.
Although I haven't seen Skinamarink.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But he will.
I don't even know what it is.
No,
You don't need to know.
You didn't hear last week's episode then.
I haven't listened yet.
Okay, all right.
Skinamarink dinky dink.
Yeah, that's what Mark and Tito said. But
You're gonna wish it was that.
Yeah,
I heard more people complaining about it today. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so people are seeing this movie.
People are seeing the movie.
A lot of people are seeing this movie.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, no. You know what? I'm still gonna. I have to. No, just to. I gotta know.
Mark,
You're
it's
gonna
going
love
to be
it.
on Shudder in 2 weeks.
All right,
because
I'm
Shudder
there.
produced this fucking thing.
Tito, come over. We'll watch it together.
Not a chance.
Come on. I'll make
Not
popcorn.
a chance.
Come on.
Oh, I like popcorn.
I know you like popcorn. I get you the buttery kind. You like the buttery kind,
Yeah, if you put M&Ms in.
That's not butter.
dude. I'm not gonna watch it alone.
Does,
Tito.
does the bucket have to sit on your lap the entire
No, it
time?
can sit on your lap, and I will be across the room. I promise. You heard me? I'm into cats now, apparently. So you're safe. Who's got a joke? Anybody got a joke?
Oh no, we don't have a joke yet.
Anybody got one off the top of their head?
Interrupting cow.
That's a good one. Want to do that one? Interrupting cow.
No.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
Why don't you tell me what your movie is?
You were missing the death blow.
Dragon jokes.
Oh, there you go. What's a dragon joke?
Why don't dragons live long?
Why?
Because smoking is deadly.
That's horrible.
I went to night school to get my degree in dragon slaying.
Night, as in K-N. Knigget school.
Okay.
Get it, Mark? Knigget.
No, yeah. I was just wondering if there was more to it.
What do you call the last RPG game you play before you die?
What?
The Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why is Bill Cosby so good at fantasy drafts?
Oh, God.
He always nails the sleepers.
You see?
Theo.
Elf, I'm a orc and a dragonborn walk into a bar. There's no punchline. It's just a fantasy of mine.
Jokes. Elf jokes.
Here's a joke.
Wizard jokes.
That's my joke.
Yeah, fantasy jokes isn't really helping. It's not the right fantasy.
What do you call a wizard who likes to use ice magic?
What?
A blizzard.
Oh, that's cool. Let's do that
There
one.
you go. I like
That works. And you can tell it, too.
Tell it on the mountain.
Over the hills and everywhere.
On the river and through the woods.
I lost it. What was the joke?
Something about a gay wizard.
Found it. Oh, the gay test? Do you want to take it? Do you want to take the gay test?
I already know, Tito. I already know.
It's documented?
Straight as a grizzly's dick, man.
And he's seen lots of them, so he knows.
That's right.
I'm not gay.
I'm not gay.
I'm not gay.
I have sex with men, but I'm not gay. I
But
got
they do
news
call
for
me
you.
a bear.
You're gay.
You guys ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready for this
doozy.
Fucking
joke.
Hold on, Tito. No? Alright. It's on. I got to refamiliarize myself.
No worries.
That's all
My
right.
memory is getting that bad. That bad.
It's a really bad game of Simon.
What do you call a wizard who likes to use ice magic?
I don't know. What?
A blizzard.
Huh.
Transylvania.
Oh, fuck.
Land of dark-
I did it anyway.
Who is your daddy?
Wait, can we do that all over?
Yeah.
God damn it. Sorry, Tito.
No, it's cool. I get better every time.
Do you want to test it one more time?
Huh?
You got it.
Yeah, I got my thumb on
The pulse of society.
That's it.
Hey, Mark.
Shut up. Hold on, man. Oh, God. I need a drink. before
Welcome
we
to.
begin.
Oh yeah, you
I'm
don't
sorry,
have one.
Brian.
Hold
Can
on.
You
Yeah. You want a beer?
Yes, please.
Do you want a light? Light
Sure.
beer? You want a
light beer? Light beer is fine.
Keep it light. Let's keep it light.
Let's keep it real. now,
Light in the
guys.
loaf.
Try keeping it together.
Keep
while
it
we're at
together.
it, Macrina.
No.
You know, don't we pride ourselves on being the professional podcast?
No, that's what people think of us. I don't remember us ever being professional, like ever.
I don't know. We've been on a lot of them, and we are definitely the more like one of the more professional ones.
I think we're pretty good. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
I agree. Hey, Mark.
Sorry.
Take 3.
Boobs. Oh, that was wonderful.
Olivia Dabo. Whew.